This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Friday, the 7th day of January in the year 2022. I'm Gordon Mosley, and here's what we're tracking tonight. The new leader of the People's National Congress Reform, Aubrey Norton, has written to the former party leader, David Granger, requesting that he, Granger, surrenders the position of leader of the list for the APNU-AFC. The leader of the list has the power to make changes to the party's parliamentary representatives. It is unclear whether Granger has responded to the request. News source understands that Mr. Granger has also been requested to transfer the position of chairman of the APNU to the new leader of the PNC. With regard to the position of head of the coalition's candidates list, there are reports that Mr. Granger has been told that if there are constitutional hurdles that would arise with regards to changing the head of the list, the PNC leader would like to discuss the issue. Last week, former General Secretary of the PNC, Amna Ali, informed the Guyana Elections Commission that she no longer serves as the chief scrutineer for the APNU-AFC coalition, relinquishing that position now that she has been replaced as the party's General Secretary. Today, the party leader Aubrey Norton announced that the new Central Executive Committee of the party held its first meeting yesterday and decided that the party leader and the opposition leader should be one person, and that the party leader should also be the leader of the coalition's list. The decision of the party executive could effectively see the replacement of Joe Harmon as opposition leader.
The party Central Executive has decided that the leader of the opposition and the leader of the party should be one person, and that I will meet with the leader of the opposition to discuss this issue shortly.
Incumbent opposition leader Joe Harmon initially held the view that the leader of the PNCR and the leader of the opposition should be the same person. But following his defeat at the party's Congress last month, he advanced the position that the party's internal elections could not dictate whether he is removed as opposition leader, since he was elected to that position following the March 2020 general elections. Mr. Norton won the PNC leadership race by a landslide, and political watchers believe that win should see the new leader taking up the prominent role in the National Assembly as opposition leader. But in a statement this afternoon, the opposition leader Joe Harmon said the main parliamentary opposition is the APNU-AFC coalition, and it consists of 31 members of parliament. He said the APNU-AFC partnership has an established structure, and if the executive of a party in the partnership has a position and they wish to express that position, they should follow the established procedures. The office of the leader of the opposition, the statement said, is a constitutional office and is consequently governed by the Constitution. More news coming up in just a moment.
What is fiber? Think exceptional. GTT Fiber is an advanced high-speed internet product that delivers broadband via fiber optic cables with download speeds of up to 150 megabits per second. It means your internet is faster, and GTT Fiber comes with the added coverage of our Plume HomePass Wi-Fi system. Plume extends your Wi-Fi signal to ensure that you have the best experience in every corner of your home with Wi-Fi everywhere. Upgrade to GTT Fiber today and don't get left behind tomorrow.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
Will you be there when we come to play? Will you be there to see our stars shine? Will you be there for the 4th and 6th? Yeah, do not miss it, no.
The ICC Under-19 Men's Cricket World Cup is coming to the West Indies. Be there January 14th to February 5th. Get your free ticket at www.u19cwc.com/tickets.
Will you be there?
You see them children playing in the dirty water again?
You know me talk to them, Miss Marlin, like them don't understand.
Every time it flood, they just want to go in the flood waters. They think this thing is fun. You could get serious diseases in the water. And if an electrical line fall in the water, you could get electrocuted. Little boy, you want to tell you not to play in that water? Come in here this minute.
You see the water don't start coming in the house? When you're living in a downstairs, you just got to take precautions.
That is right. You got to make sure there's a pair of long boots for every member of the family. Protect drinking water from contamination. Keep a stock of foods that can't spoil. And have some place to go if your place flood out.
Guyana, our country, our responsibility.
Mom, what are you doing with GPL on your list?
Child, you forgot I have to pay GPL?
You got time with GPL.
I have to keep these lights on. The customers who think in that manner and refuse to honor their obligation to GPL are obviously not playing their part in ensuring quality service delivery. So, I will continue to pay my GPL bill on time, every time.
I recognize the value of your point, Mom. You were right.
Mobile Delvac and all other mobile lubricants are distributed by Salt Guyana Inc. Mobile Delvac and all other mobile lubricants are distributed by Salt Guyana Inc.
We've got exciting news! All 12-ounce yellow cab Buster are now only $100. Buster, live in
Come
full
get
color.
your Buster, Buster $100. Come get your Buster, Buster $100.
A post-mortem examination that was conducted today on the bodies of husband and wife Nicholas and Elizabeth Lauchi has revealed that they both died from the gunshot wounds that were discovered on their bodies. The Guyana Police Force revealed today that the wife was shot to the head and abdomen, while the husband was shot just once to the head. Investigators are probing the case as a murder-suicide, but they are still to make that final determination, as tests are still being carried out on the weapon that was found at the scene. Additionally, the results of the swabbing tests that were done to the husband's hands for gunshot residue are still to be completed. The bodies of the couple were found in their Sierra Joanna home on Tuesday morning, more than 24 hours after they were last seen alive. Neighbors said the two were seen in their yard on Sunday afternoon cooking, and nothing appeared strange with them. It is suspected that they died the same night. The dead woman's father said the couple broke the new year with him on Saturday, and that was the last time he saw them alive. The investigation is ongoing tonight. The number of active COVID-19 cases in the country has jumped to 4,295, with 847 of those cases recorded in the past 24 hours. The Ministry of Health has also recorded 2 additional deaths from the virus. More than half of the new cases are young people between the ages of 25 and 39 years old. It was also revealed today by the Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, that the number of active cases in Region 4 stands at 2,789.
So right now we have 80 persons in hospital, with 52 of them currently at the Ocean View Hospital. We have 5 of those persons in the ICU at Ocean View. And generally across the system of the hospitalized patients, we have 14 of them who are on oxygen.
Dr. Anthony said in the past few days, the Ministry of Health has seen an increase in the number of persons seeking their second dose vaccine shots. More than 80% of Guyana's adult population has received the first dose of one of the COVID-19 vaccines, while close to 60% of the adult population is now fully vaccinated.
We're seeing more people coming for the booster, which is a good thing. But there's still a lot of people who are unvaccinated, meaning that they have not gotten a single dose as yet. That's approximately 20% of our adult population still remains unvaccinated.
In the past 4 days, Guyana has seen a spike in new COVID-19 cases, and health officials fear the situation will get worse in the coming days as the fast-spreading Omicron variant moves across the country. Region 4 Chairman Daniel Seram and Opposition Member of Parliament Roy Still Ford are among the members of the People's National Congress Reform who will be added to the party's Central Executive Committee. Both Seram and Ford ran for executive positions at the party's recent elections and lost those bids. However, the party's constitution allows the leader to co-opt non-elected members to the CEC. In addition to Ford and Seram, party members Joanne Ramasindo and Sherwood Lowe have also been co-opted to the Central Executive Committee. Today, the PNC leader Aubrey Norton said it will be all hands on deck to move the party forward.
I think it is reasonable to conclude that I believe that there is a place for everyone in the party. I believe that essentially the party's work is made lighter when we have all hands on deck. Mr. Harmon has hands, and I'm disposed to them being on deck.
Following the last party congress in 2018, Joe Harmon was co-opted into the executive by then party leader David Granger after he lost the race for party chairman. It is unclear whether Mr. Norton intends to add Harmon back to the executive as a co-opted member. Norton said it is the party that comes first.
If you look at my approach since becoming leader, Richard Van Westcharge ran against me, we engaged him, and we are working together. Many of the persons who didn't support me are on the executive. Some of them won election, and those who didn't, many of them were co-opted.
And as it relates to replacing members of the National Assembly, the party leader said such decisions will have to be taken at the level of the Central Executive Committee. Minister of Finance Dr. Ashni Singh has assured that no money will be withdrawn from the Natural Resource Fund without parliamentary approval. A release from the Ministry of Finance this afternoon said the Finance Minister made a clarification today on the sidelines of budget meetings. Budget 2022 is expected to be presented in the National Assembly this month end. On the 31st of December, Dr. Singh signed the commencement order for the Natural Resource Fund, which stated that with effect from the 1st of January this year, the Natural Resource Fund Act shall come into operation. However, though the Act has been operationalized, the Minister made it clear that parliamentary approval will first be sought before any withdrawal of monies from the fund. He said not a cent can be withdrawn without prior parliamentary approval, and not a cent has been withdrawn, and not a cent will be withdrawn until approved by the National Assembly. The new Natural Resource Fund Act, which was highly criticized for being rushed through the National Assembly, was assented to by the President on the 30th of December, a day after its passage in the National Assembly. The law brings legitimacy to the legal framework governing the Natural Resource Fund, having replacing an earlier act passed by the previous government. That act, which was passed by the coalition, was labeled as an illegal one by the PP Civic Administration, since it was passed after the passage of the no-confidence vote in Parliament. The Ministry of Finance says the new law now allows for substantial improvement in the management of the natural resource wealth of Guyana for present and future benefit of all citizens, noting that it contains enhanced clauses, including the establishment of a board of directors that will be responsible for reviewing and approving the policies of the fund and monitoring its performance, thereby separating the management of the fund from the minister responsible for finance. The board of directors will be appointed by the president. In the courts, the Venezuelan man who is accused of beating a Venezuelan minor to death during a row over raw gold was charged today with murder and remanded to jail. 21-year-old Osorio Dominguez of Puerto La Cruz, Venezuela, appeared before Senior Magistrate Cheryl Isaacs and was not required to enter a plea to the indictable murder charge related to the death of 51-year-old Anuel Sonia. The court was told that the incident occurred at a round mountaintop in the Cayuny region, and the two men were known to each other. On the day of the incident, the two got into a heated argument, which evolved into a fight over a quantity of raw gold. It was during that fight that it is alleged that Dominguez armed himself with a piece of wood and lashed his countryman to the head, causing him to collapse. The assailant escaped from the scene while the other man was pronounced dead. The accused was arrested a few days later. He will remain behind bars until the next court appearance in March. Mobil Special and all other Mobil lubricants are distributed by Sol Guyana Inc. Mobil Special and all other Mobil lubricants are distributed by Sol Guyana Inc.
Sonia, you think people easy? People just really want to do their own thing. Look across the road how we building the house low. The building code say you're supposed to be 2 feet off the ground.
And when the place flood, them just be the first to complain.
But you know sometimes we that just contribute to the flooding with we behavior.
You know, boy, we just throw things in the drains and canals. We don't keep the gutters clean and dispose of garbage properly. By the way, you got an emergency kit?
Yeah, Sonia, I got me own and it got drinking water, army medicines, and for say things like band-aids, iodine, bandages.
And me own got in toothpaste, a change of underwear and clothing, toilet paper and soap.
Guyana, our country, our responsibility.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
We've got exciting news! All 12-ounce yellow cab Buster are now only $100. Buster, live in
Come
full
get
color.
your Buster, $100. Come get your Buster, $100.
How fast is fiber? Think fast. GTT Fiber has 3 packages with download speeds of 50, 100, and 150 megabits per second. That's fast enough to stream movies and music, to chat with Gran and Fran, to study, and more. What would you do? Upgrade to GTT Fiber today and don't get left behind tomorrow.
Fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up, fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guyana Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guyana's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Across the region tonight, 2 Haitian journalists have been shot and then burned alive on the outskirts of the capital, Port-au-Prince, according to their employer. The 2 journalists had traveled to an area where rival gangs are fighting for control. The radio station which employed them said that they were savagely killed while reporting on the area. The radio station told the BBC that one of the gangs was behind the deaths. It added that an unnamed group were a rival gang which had been trying to speak to the media. A security source confirmed to CNN that the men had been burned alive, while another unnamed source told Reuters that a 3rd journalist managed to escape. In Barbados, murders, robberies, and violent burglaries all dropped last year when compared to 2020, according to recently released crime figures. However, while all the serious crimes are down for 2021, there was a 26% increase in rapes, which went from 39 in 2020 to 49 last year. Commissioner of Police in Barbados, Richard Boyce, said he's heartened by the downward trend. He held off giving an analysis of the statistics, which showed that there were 5,391 reported crimes last year, versus 7,079 in 2020. He told the Weekend Nation that Barbados Police Service was in the throes of the general election, and its examination of the 24% reduction in crime statistics would come at the end of it. And finally tonight, international news. Sidney Poitier, the first black man to win a Best Actor Oscar, has died at the age of 94. The Hollywood star's death was confirmed to the BBC by the office of Fred Mitchell, the Bahamas' Minister of Foreign Affairs. Poitier was a trailblazing actor and a respected humanitarian and diplomat. He won the Academy Award for Best Actor for Lilies of the Field in 1963. Former U.S. President Barack Obama said Poitier epitomized dignity and grace and has singular talent. He added that the actor revealed the power of movies to bring us closer together and open doors of a generation of actors. Poitier was born in the Bahamas and represented the Bahamas throughout his life on the international scene. The government of the Bahamas said it will be mourning his loss. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight and this week. I'm Gordon Mosley, reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.